Hi everyone, this is Pastor Josh here for your midweek message, and the text for this Sunday is the Prodigal Son, and we're in our third week of Lent, and we're here to talk a little bit about this parable that Jesus talked about. And as I've done my study and looking at the texts, I realized that the Prodigal Son, the title that we've given the story, is really a bad title. I know that there's been thousands of years of church history and many theologians. But just on a basic level, the story of the prodigal son is not about just one son, it's about two sons. It's a father and his two sons. And how one son goes and one son stays. But both of the sons don't get it right. The first son leaves and messes up and comes back, and he's humbled, and it's a great story of repentance and grace and acceptance. But there's this other son who stays and is jealous of the grace that is given, is somehow offended because the father is magnanimous to his son, and it's a story where both don't get it right. The son should never have left, and the prodigal son, and the other son who stayed should not have acted that way. And yet the father is the father of both of his sons, helping encourage them in both ways by letting one son go and letting him learn from the school of hard knocks, but also the other son who stays kind of chastising him and gently and saying, hey, all this is yours. You stayed. You have the lion's share of everything. There's really no reason to be upset because you own it all once I go. And it got me thinking about how, in the season of Lent, we're supposed to be working towards why we need God. And why we need God is because many of us do run away. And then we find God and come back, come to our senses. But there's this other group of people who stay and remain. And we get bitter and jealous about the people who leave and come back and seek redemption. And whether we go or we stay, whether we're whichever son we are, oftentimes we don't get it right. Oftentimes we make mistakes, and that God has to help us, see past ourselves, because that's really what this text is about, is that both sons are focused on themselves. Both sons are focused on who they are and what they're getting. And it's really until the first son becomes humble and says, I'll do whatever I can for the family, whatever I can for my father, and becomes humble and submissive, then he understands and gains acceptance from the father. And the first son, even though he stays and remains faithful, he doesn't get that. And so as we go through the season of Lent, as I said before, we're trying to figure out why we need God. And one of those reasons that we need God is that we need reminders. We need reminders that we don't get it right, that we make mistakes, and that even if we are in the church or we're out in the world or whatever, it doesn't mean that we still don't need correction, that we still don't need the Father's love and care and gentle guidance on our lives, because we make mistakes. So I hope that helps. God bless. Hope to see you on Sunday. I'll be at the 9 a.m. service this Sunday, not the 10:45. So if you want to see me, that's where I'll be. God bless.